Selamat siang. Welcome back to another Bali COVID-19 update. This is May 12th, 2022, and my name is Bruce. And what is the weather like today in Singaraja? It is hot and sticky. The wind speed is not too bad today, 3 kilometers per hour, and the temperature 31.6 degrees Celsius, and humidity 74%. When I was out today with Zoe, it was hot. I was soaking wet by the time I got home. Okay, lots here, and well, something that people have been waiting for on the visas. It is not everything by any means, but it is something. Something is better than nothing, okay? And this starts today, and I will talk about that in just a minute. But first, let's take a look at the numbers. What are the numbers? Numbers are inching up slightly, okay? Not a huge increase, but it is an increase. National new cases, 400. National recoveries, 916. National deaths, 8. Bali new cases, 31. Bali recoveries, 22. And Bali deaths, 0. Okay, and so the numbers are going up a little, as I said, but nothing to worry about yet. We're still below 500, but gonna keep an eye on this, and the government is still saying that they have been successful, so let's hope so. So what about the new visa? Let's take a look at that. A new SE has come out from the immigration on visas. It's not the complete information that everybody wants. There's nothing here about the second home visa. There's nothing about that one visa, 180 days for 7 million. That's not talked about yet either. The visa on arrival, still the same. 30 days, 500,000 when you come in. You can renew it one time for another 500,000. Total of 60 days, cost 1 million rupiah. The big change is in the B211, which was changed before the immigration went on break. And now it's been changed again, and so I'm just the messenger. I am not the person that makes these things up. And this is the way it is now. Is it gonna stay this way? I don't know. If you've been watching this channel or any of the other channels that deal with visas, you know that there are a lot of changes, and well, that's just the way they're doing things here. So what about it? So this SE replaces the last one. It's effective May 12th, today. It provides for a B211 for a maximum of 60 days. Extension is allowed for a maximum period of 60 days, and you can get 2 of them. So you get 60 days for the first one. You can extend it one more time for 60 days and extend it one more time, total 180 days, or basically 6 months. Now, you're not guaranteed to get these extensions, right? The immigration office has to give you the extension, but assuming that you play by the rules and everything, and assuming that nothing has changed, you can do this. Extensions are 2 million rupiahs, and this is a B211, so you need to have a sponsor. And so your sponsor is going to be renewing your visa for you. And so they're going to add their price in. And so what I've seen so far was a low of 2.5. Well, somebody mentioned 2.5. It seems most are in the 2.8 to 3.5 million. So if you're doing this for 180 days, it's not cheap by any means, but if you want to stay here for 180 days, that's the option you've got. The only other option is that you come in on the VOA, you renew it, there's your 60 days, you go out, do a visa run, you come back and do another 60 days, do that. Is that going to be allowed? Nobody knows. Nobody knows if there's going to be a flag that comes up at immigration here. How come you're going in and out on these visas? What's your business? I was asked that many years ago. One time when I was living in Pakistan, I was coming back and forth on visas. Sometimes the guy said, "What's your business?" I said, "I don't have any." "Why have you been here? This is your 3rd time in 4 months." I said, "My family lives here, and so I'm coming to see him. I work in Pakistan." You can see, looked at it, okay. But he was suspicious. So will Indonesian authorities allow the visa runs on the tourist visas, on the visa on arrival? Nobody knows. What about Singapore? Because that's where most people go. Are they going to allow it? Nobody knows. And so everybody is waiting to find out what's going to happen there. So your options are, at this point, to come in on the VOA or to come in on the B211. And so that's it. Any other changes? No, none that I can see. Oh, there's a clarification here. So let's say that you're here already on a B211A and you've renewed it twice. You can renew it one more time, that's it. You can't have them renewed more than 180 days. Once you get to 180 days, then you have to apply for a new visa. How is that gonna work? I don't know. Nobody's gotten to that point yet. So here are the official documents, putting them up here on the screen for you to see. They're in Indonesian. You can translate it if you want. Okay. If you have any questions, you can ask. I'll try to answer them. Let's get on to something else. And we're talking about the naughty tourist and things, and talking about what they can do, what the government can do to let people know what's right and wrong. Well, maybe the government was listening to us, because government plans, list of do's and don'ts for tourists. And this information comes from Pak Sandiaga Uno. And he said that his team will strengthen information about do's and don'ts of tourists when visiting destinations and creative economy centers in the country. Why are they doing this? Well, because of all the problems that were sparked by the naked tourist recently. Pak Sandiaga Uno said, this information must be conveyed in the midst of our efforts to restore the tourism sector and the creative economy. That in the midst of these efforts there is wisdom as well as respect for local customs. This must be continuously conveyed and disseminated. Additionally, he said that the dissemination of information will happen through various media channels owned by the Tourism and Creative Economy Ministry, and this will include socialization by maximizing algorithms on social media so that the information can be conveyed right on target. And it will be done in a variety of languages. I'm assuming Russian will be one of them, so that tourists from all these countries that are coming in, well, at least some of the main countries, will know what is going on and will not be able to pretend like they don't know if they violate the rules. Pak Uno has invited all relevant parties to participate in disseminating information, including destination managers and tour guides. He said that tourists need to be educated so that the norms here in Bali, in Indonesia, can be maintained, and we have to do this with educating them so as not to damage our reputation in hospitality and, of course, our economic recovery. So you want to tell them, but you don't want to do it in a too harsh of a way. According to the Secretary of the Tourism and Creative Economy Ministry, Gianyar Adhyana, the putting together of the information about a code of ethics is shared, tasked by the government as well as stakeholders in the tourism sector and the creative economy. There are do's and don'ts that must be obeyed by tourists in a place, but it's also the duty of the host company to convey what is allowed and what is not. Maybe this is a bit lacking in the destinations, the managers, and the guides. By providing education and socialization to foreign and domestic tourists who come, there can be more understanding and visitors will be able to obey the rules. And so that is good news. There's going to be something out here, I hope. It's not exactly clear what social media. As you know, if you watched the last few videos, I was in favor of doing something, a short pamphlet that you would hand out at the airport to make sure that people got them. But we'll see how this works out once it actually begins to happen. And some more on changes due to crazy tourists. Anticipating strange Caucasians at the temple, DTW Ulun Danu Beratan installs 36 CCTVs. Okay, so up in Badugal, CCTV cameras are scattered around at different points in the tourist attractions there, including the temple. The installation of the CCTV surveillance cameras and officers was carried out to prevent an incident that had gone viral with photos of naked Caucasians at the Kayu Putih tourist attraction. According to the head of public relations at Ulun Danu Danu, Beratan. We anticipated early. We don't want tourists to take selfies but damage the sacred area, like what went viral into a village, Marga. Now, when he said don't take selfies, he means don't take selfies in sacred places. He said that as many as 36 CCTV cameras were installed specifically to control tourists, considering that tourists often capture their photo moments in the temple areas. Moreover, the number of tourist visits is starting to return to normal after 2 years of COVID-19 pandemic restrictions. Additionally, the CCTV cameras also function to ensure safety for tourists, he said. Who knows, if there are tourists who have left their bags, there have been thefts and others, we can investigate and monitor them. In the whole Ulun, Danu, Beratan area, there are over 100 CCTV cameras, but in the temple area, you have that smaller number. And there are also 6 guard officers in the temple area and security officers as well. He's the head of the PR. He said, we know that there are many visits and with incidents and strange tourist behavior. We can prevent this early. We know that tourism is about image and Bali in general. Tourists who enter the Ulun, Danu, Beratan area are not allowed to enter the temple area. This can only be done by worshippers. He said, we usually do outreach to tour guides and our officers directly provide information to foreign guests who are traveling here. Folks in the tourist spots in Bali are getting ready, apparently. They want to head off any more weird behavior, and so good on them. Okay, what about the mystery hepatitis? Indonesia detects 15 cases of severe hepatitis after 3 child deaths. Health Minister Budi Gunadi Sadikin told a news briefing on Monday that there are 15 new cases, and there's something new happening this morning, but I haven't gotten to it. Talk about it on Saturday. As I said the other day, the WHO said that there are at least 228 probable cases from 20 countries of this mystery child hepatitis. According to Minister Budi, the authorities have not yet determined a definitive cause. He did not say whether the 15 cases were all children or what treatment they were receiving. A health ministry spokesperson did not immediately respond to a request for comment from this news source. Some experts have linked the illness to an infection by a type of adenovirus, a family of common viruses that can cause flu-like or gastrointestinal symptoms. There's also a theory that COVID-19 lockdowns may have weakened children's immunity because they were less exposed to common pathogens while in isolation. Scientists are also looking at whether the adenovirus has mutated or is acting in tandem with another infection, possibly COVID. And more on rabies. Rabies red zone village in Gianyar increases, difficult to eliminate because of this. After previously 9 villages in Gianyar were declared red zones for rabies last year, this year, 2022, will add 3 more villages with red zones. Those villages, Bitra Village in Gianyar District, Tampak Siring Village, and Beratan Village in Ubud District. This increase was due to widespread cases of rabies. In addition to the red zones, more yellow villages have been added as well. The factor causing the increase in the red zone is because the dog population in Gianyar is increasing. According to a spokesperson, these include dogs that are released illegally, that is, people just get rid of their dogs. Various efforts have been made to reduce cases of rabies. Among them are prohibiting dog owners from releasing dogs, and the real action is down to injecting dogs with the rabies vaccine, better than culling them. But if this doesn't work, you know what's going to happen. According to Made Santiarca, he said that it is very difficult for officers to eliminate dogs if they are found to be rabid. He said because there is no regulation of dog elimination unless it is positive for rabies. If stray dogs are eliminated carelessly, especially when it goes viral, we are facing animal-loving communities and others, he said, right? The dog lovers are going to be on you quick. It's hoped that every family that owns a dog can limit the number of pets in one yard, ideally 1 or 2 dogs. According to this article, Gianyar already has 84,000 dogs. Okay, one more to wrap this up. Government to ease more curbs after Lebaran policy success. So Pak Luhut, as he said the other day, and I talked about that, has said that this was successful. We have not seen a big spike in numbers, and there's been all these tens of millions of people traveling around the country, and a lot of them coming to Bali. In addition to new numbers not spiking, other epidemiological indicators such as hospital bed occupancy rates, death rates, and case reproduction rates are also in decline. Despite these encouraging signs, at the same briefing where Pak Luhut was talking, and this was on Monday night, Pak Budi was there as well, talking about the health side of things, and he said the government will make, in addition to Pak Luhut at this press conference, Pak Budi from the health ministry, the health minister, was there, and he said the government is going to wait a few more weeks before deciding if it wants to rework the PPKM system, particularly since the country's past experience with holidays has shown that there are COVID spikes that happen, usually between 27 and 34 days after the massive movement of people. Pak Budi said, we're only 7 days past Eid al-Fitr, so we have to wait another 20 to 25 days to see if we will face a case spike similar to that from the year-end holidays. President Jokowi told the cabinet on Monday that the ongoing mitigation efforts should be maintained until authorities have the pandemic 100% under control. The current PPKM system has been extended for another 2 weeks, and Pak Luhut said it should be kept in place until further notice. And so, just assume we're going to be in level 2. Has that really affected anything that we do? Not really, with the exception of, well, 2 things. One, some of the schools are still only 75% back. I like to see 100%, but the end of the year vacations are coming up next month, so they're going to have more time off of school. And of course, we got the mask issue. And that's still not taken care of, and hopefully that will be taken care of sometime in the near future. Okay, that is it. Wrap things up, and well, some good news for the visas, and we'll see how that works out. If you found this video helpful, useful, informative, scintillating, non-irritating, humorous, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Videos are Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and a cooking video on Sunday. And so, thanks for viewing. Stay safe, be kind to someone today, and I will see you on Saturday.